Here's the view from the Appalachian Trail this morning. So just crossed over the New River, following whatever that highway is up there, and then now coming down a stairway. But see, this right here is what I'm talking about as far as telling hikers what to do. That is awesome. Even a blind dude can figure out you go this way. See, that makes it so much better. Oh, thank you, trail maintainers and whoever is responsible for doing that. Thank you. This section of trail, it would be a nightmare to maintain. The weeds and brush are just growing. You almost need to like weed eat it once a month or something. There's clotheslining tree limbs and branches hanging down. I don't envy the maintainers, and I'm thankful for what they've been able to do and hope they can get out and trim back some of that brush. I'm worried about ticks. It's just, and poison ivy, it's right. It's just growing over the trail, and if you don't walk through it, your trekking poles certainly hit it, which means you touch them and who knows what you're getting into. So try to be very careful of all that stuff. But anyway, heading up the road, very confident this is the right way to go, even though I personally don't see any blazes at the moment because those arrows back there were so clear. So thank you guys. All right, the pavement is hard. Boy, you can tell on your knees and everything when you're walking on the road in that concrete. I had to cross over, here I'll walk all along that road, probably over a half mile on the concrete. Boy, you can tell the difference between that and the dirt. All right, here we go. All right, some of you may recognize the old buddy Peregrine, long lost here for about a week and a half. And I'm sitting at a water source a few minutes ago, and here comes, hey, disciple. Like, who is it? It's Peregrine. So, hey, and I realized, or we just realized, I've never actually interviewed Chris to see where he's actually from or all that. I know, but you guys don't. So, yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself real quick.
Sure. I was working as an engineer in Northern Virginia, pretty close to Harper's Ferry. And I just realized one day, it's like, oh, man, I got to do this now or else I'm never going to do it. So they actually offered me sabbatical, and here I am. And I'm just loving life every day.
Very nice. And we've been apart for like 150 miles and then just happened to be at the same spot at the same time.
Serendipity.
I thought this was a beautiful, thank you very much. Yep, awesome to be hiking again with you. Yeah, I thought this was a pretty radical view, pretty epic. So we stopped, although the clouds are a little ominous. So we're going to keep moving here, but I wanted to show you the views. Shelter, what was the name of that shelter?
Ricefield.
Ricefield Shelters, right down yonder. All right, we'll catch up to you soon. All right, so White and I are sitting here eating lunch like normal civilized hikers. And we looked up in the tree. Ah! Peregrine has roosted. He has landed up there. He actually climbed that tree first. And then he came down, and then he walked around the weeds for a while, looking for ticks, I think. But then he climbed up there. What are you doing?
I like sitting.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, live from the Appalachian Trail. People in trees. I thought I'd tune back in, turn the camera on, and show you a little bit of the trail. I've been hiking with Peregrine and White just darn near all day. So we've been cruising through here and talking a bunch. And so you can't film when that's going on. I don't know if you guys can hear the crows. Making a ton of noise. There's been crows all around us for the last few hours. They've been squawking and flying around. I don't know what they're doing down there, but they were just making some cackles. So trail's been pretty good all day, pretty smooth and easy until this last little bit after we kind of stopped for second lunch or whatever. And now it's full of these little rocks. If you can see, they blend in with the ground, and then they're all different angles and heights, and it's just a constant every step. Your foot's like contorted and twisted, so our pace is definitely slowed down quite a bit. And so Peregrine went, whoa, see, it's got to go so slow. Peregrine went on ahead a little bit, and White is right behind me. I did order a new pair of shoes. They're going to be sent to Four Pines Hostel, and I don't even know if it's like a Troutville address or what the address is, but anyway, just up the trail about 70 miles or so. And so that'll put nearly 700 miles on these shoes, and they need replaced. The soles are kind of gone. I'm slipping on rocks now that I know I wouldn't have slipped on before, and each shoe has cuts and tears that are about to go through, clear through the shoe, which would let lots of rocks and sticks and stuff in. So anyway, it's time to replace them. I cannot complain one bit. I got the exact same shoes because I'm very happy with them. These and the insoles are working great. So yep, I'm looking forward to that. Can't wait to get new shoes. That'll be, I imagine it will feel wonderful, and I'll really be like a spider creeping and crawling down the trail, sure-footed and secure, sticking to the rocks with new shoes. So man, those blazes won't know what hit them when I get new shoes on. Look out, Katahdin, here we come. I just want you to take a look and see if you see what I see. If you're saying, well, wow, disciple, that ground looks pretty flat, you would be right. Look at this. It's got a little bit of a slope to it, but this is like one of the flattest spots on the whole Appalachian Trail. I just went through a spot, and I almost got the camera out back there. It wasn't very long, and I was, ouch, oh man, I was off of it. And so this time I decided to go ahead and fire up the camera. I mean, this is what you call a plateau. By the way, check out that great big, I think those are called burls. Really neat. Those things are cool. I think if you cut those off, there's really neat wood inside, like very, very gnarly and knurled and beautiful. But anyway, yeah, it's this last section for the last couple miles has been very rocky. Wow, very rocky. And I'm thinking I'm as much as like 17 miles or something in for the day, and it's only 20 minutes to 4. So been covering some pretty good ground, walking fast with Peregrine and White, and so yeah, covered a lot of ground, but boy, my body's, yep, it kind of knows it. I'm tired. Just came up a massive hill. Ouch, that hurt. See, these things, this is like a good leg workout. You got to step over that. And by the way, it's the first day out of town, so pack weighs a lot. Halo and Pristine have fixed me up with some food, but it is dense and heavy. The word on the trail is there's some trail magic coming up. Just past the shelter that was my original goal at the 654, so like the 655, supposedly there's a hiker feed going on. A grill with hamburgers and stuff like that. So that is now the new objective, is to roll into there. But we'll see. I still got this big bag of chicken that I got to get eaten. Ooh, man. Lots of little ankle turners. All right, let me stop. Use 2 hands. Looky, I don't even know what all's up here, but there's lots of stuff. Great big celebration here. I think it's the Virginia chapter of the Sierra Club or something, is Trail Club or whatever's putting this on. So yay, real pretty footbridge over the river. All right. All right, you want to hear a story? Here's my story. This is what happened to me today. No big deal, but it's just got me a little frustrated. So I knew there was the trail magic, and all I knew was it was like at the footbridge or the parking area that was right after the shelter. That's what I knew. So I go by the shelter. I keep hiking. I hear voices off to my right across the river, but no bridge or anything to get there. So I just keep hiking. And next thing, the trail's going up and away from the river, which is not what it would do when it's heading towards the parking area. And I could hear the voices, and I just knew that was the trail magic. So I keep hiking a little tiny bit further, and I'm just going up and away. And so I stopped, checked a gut hook, and it told me that parking area was 0.3 miles back. And then it was 0.1 off of that, a side trail. So doggone it, I missed the trail magic. So I turn around and I go back. 0.3, I have to cross like a flooded creek on some logs, some skinny little rickety logs, in order to get back. I'd already crossed it once, now I'm going back across the wrong way. So anyway, I get there, finally get to the spot, and all it is my old buddy Cur Dog talking with a guy in a minivan, wondering where the trail magic was. So it was back down the AT like 1.9 miles. So it would have only been 1.5 from where I was at. But now the time is, if I probably couldn't make it doing it on the AT. So Cur Dog and I jump in the minivan with this nice guy. He drives us down, and we get out and cross over the bridge, and sure enough, there's the glorious trail magic, which, by the way, I almost didn't even want, because I've got this heavy food bag, and I am bound and determined to eat what's in my food bag tonight. So anyway, now I'm at the trail magic. It's now 6:30 or whatever, and I'm actually 2 miles back on the Appalachian Trails where I left, and I'm doing every white blaze. Lord willing, I'm hiking every inch of the trail. So I jump back in the vehicle with one of the trail angels from the, I'm not sure if I'm getting this right, but like the Virginia chapter of the Sierra Club, something like that. Anyway, he gives me a ride clear back down the road, but the water at the river isn't good to drink. It's probably got some contaminants or whatever that even filtering doesn't do enough. So I thought, well, I'm going to go into the woods and get water at one of the streams leading into the river. And then I'm thinking, well, it's only like 6:40, 6:45. I could do the 2 miles, be there in 7:45, and then I'm caught up with, like everybody else, etc. There's several streams along the way. So now I'm back on the AT, left that first parking area, headed towards where the trail magic is, and I'm doing that 0.3 or whatever, 0.4 over again. I cross over that flooded stream on the rickety logs for the third time. And here I go, headed north the way I was like an hour and a half ago, when the burger, I mean, don't misunderstand me. I hope I sound correct or sound good, but my heart's right. But you know, like, to be honest, I didn't really even need any of that. I've got so much food in my pack. Yeah, but it was sure good, and I got some salad with some dressing, met some very kind folks, and they sure had a blast doing it. I just crossed a real pretty little stream, and oh man, water's running down the trail, so I'm really trying to keep my feet dry today, which I've been able to do thus far. Anyhow, I don't want to go too long here, but yeah. All that for a hamburger and stuff that I'm only gonna have to continue eating my rice or pasta and chicken tonight, because I'm bound and determined to get that stuff out of my pack. It is too heavy. And I'm gonna be getting in now like an hour and a half later, you know, because of all this side trips and backtracking, etc. Anyway, that's life on the Appalachian Trail. That's my issues. My poor wife is dealing with many, many more, moving everything and all that. So anyway, there's my rant. Sorry, hope it made some sense. All right, my battery's low. That's why the cord is plugged into a battery. I'm hot. This is like this will be about 23 miles, I think, for me today. And some of it was pretty big uphills and very rocky. So I'm just ready to get to camp, set up my tent, eat again, and go to sleep. That's what I'm looking forward to. Thankfully, I had to take some ibuprofen earlier because my feet were hurting from all the rocks. They were beating me up. And so right now I feel great. So thankfully, that's why I'm doing this 2 miles tonight to get it done. So, alrighty. Hope that made some sense. Thanks.